So today we're graphing exponential functions. I have a table of values, so what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our numbers. I always like to use -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2, because it kind of gives me an idea of what the graph looks like on both sides. Huh? Well, I'm telling you what I do. You've never done this before. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is for each of these, I'm gonna plug them in for the exponent. So I plugged in -2 for the first one. Oh, because this is my equation, 4 times 2 to the x. I can highlight it so we know. Okay. So what do I get when I plug -2 in for the exponent? Okay, so what I can do here is I can use one of the yellow calculators that I have in the back. I'll hand them out in a second. So I type in the equation exactly how it looks. So I'm going to do 4 parentheses 2. And then this button, it's like an upside down V looking button. I press that one and it makes it an exponent. And then I type in -2 and hit enter. So my value for -2 is 1. Okay. Yeah, you just change the exponent for all of them and then you plug them all in. So I do the same thing for the -1. I'm going to have 4 parentheses 2 to the -1. And when I type that in the calculator, it'll be 2. Okay. So I'm going to go and write off to the side what we plugged in. Okay, so now I need to graph this. So if I graph this, the last point, the 216 is not going to be able to fit on. And that's okay. I need at least 3 points to always make a graph. So I'm going to start and I'm going to go to -2 and I go up 1 and put a dot. I have -1, +2, 0, and 4. Why can I not count to 4? Then I have 1 and 8. What? And then there's like another one like way off the graph like over here. Okay, so I'm going to connect my dots, and it's going to look like this. And it touches the black line, but it doesn't go past the black line. Okay, so this question also wants me to give my domain and range. What is my domain? Remember, or do you remember what letter domain goes with? X. So, it's not just the numbers I plugged in because I've got arrows going both ways. So because I have arrows going both left and right, it's gonna touch all of the x values, right? So the domain here is gonna be all real numbers. That's fine. And then I have to give my range, so my y values. Remember, I told you it touches this black line, but it never goes below it. So all of my y values are above that black line. What is that black line? What number? No, this black line right here? 0. So it's y is greater than or equal to, nope, not equal to, just greater than, because I told you it never touches it. That's why it's not equal to. Questions on number 1? Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing for number 2. I'm going to use -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. But now I'm plugging into 1/2 with my exponent. Yes, you do. Because otherwise the calculator only makes one of the numbers of the exponent. Oh. So on the calculator, I do the parentheses. Oh, what am I doing? Parentheses, and then I do 1, just divide. Right. Yep, 4. Okay, what do I get for 1/2 to the -1? 2. 1/2 to the 0. 1. 1/2 to the 1. 0.5. And then what do I get when I plug in 2? 0.25. So then I want to go and graph this one. I have -2, +4. Report it down. 1, 2, 3, then I have -1, 2, 0, 1, 1, and 0.5. So remember 0.5 is like in between 1 and 2. And then 0.25 is in between 0 and 0.5. So this one we can kind of see a little better how it keeps curving around the black line. Then I'm going to connect my dots. What is my domain? All real numbers. For these graphs, it's going to always be all real numbers. And my range? It's going to be y is greater than 0. Because it gets close to that black line, but it never touches it. Questions on 1 or 2? So moving on to number 3. This one, the equation looks a little bit different. What's different about it? It has something else there in the exponent, and then it also has a number at the end. I'm going to change the directions here, and instead of describe the domain, I want to say describe the change from g of x equals 4 to the 2x. Remember, 4 to the 2x was the one we graphed for number 1. So when we graph this, we'll look back at number 1 to compare. So same thing, I'm going to plug in my same numbers, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. But this time, I'm going to plug them in a little bit differently. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to go onto my calculator, and I'm going to go to the y equals up here on the top left. Look, you don't have to put it out. So you press the y equals, and then I type in my equation here. So I'm going to have 4 parentheses 2, and then I use the exponent button. The x is right here next to the green button. I press that to get my x. Then I do -3 in the exponent, and I arrow out to get out of the exponent, and I do +2. Okay, so has everyone hit y equals? Okay, so then I start by typing in my equation. You can type in 4 parentheses 2, right? You can get that far? Okay, so then I hit my exponent button. Right above divide. Okay. And then I want to hit the X button. So X is the number, or the button next to the green one. Then I do -3. And then I arrow to the right. And +2. Okay. This time I'm gonna go to graph. No, you press the button to graph. Graph is the far right. Okay. So now what I want to do is I can plug in the numbers just like I did before, or I can go to the blue second button, and then I'm going to press the graph button again. Yeah. There's only one blue button on the calculator. Yeah. And then this time it gives me the table of values, so I can scroll up to get the other numbers, the negative ones I need. So I can type those into the table. So I'm going to have 2.125, 2.25, Yep. Oh wait, did I skip one? No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to graph my points. I have -2, 2.125, so that's really close to 2. Annabelle, be quiet. Then I have -1 and 2.25, which is a little bit higher. I have 0, 2.5, which is in the middle. 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so then this time I need to say the change from number 1. So number 1, it looked like it was about to hit the 0 line. What line does it look like it's about to hit now? 2. So it went up 2, right? Because it went from 0 to 2. So I'm going to say shifted up 2. And then if I kind of look at it, this curvy point right here on the first graph, it was on the black line. Wait, did I say shifted? Yeah, shifted up 2, right? This curvy point moves over, so then it's going to be, is it moving to the left or right from the number 1? Right. So it's shifted right 3. And I got the 3 from the exponent. See? In the problem? Any questions on number 3? Okay, So then no problems? No problems, no questions? Okay, do the 3 on the back